What's up you guys, it's Thomas here, and today I'm going to be talking about a new app that Adobe just released called Adobe Photoshop Camera. Now it's a pretty cool free AI app that basically uses AI to create adaptive filters for your iPhone camera. And a lot of these filters are inspired off of other photographers' techniques. So basically what the app does is, instead of you needing to spend an hour in Photoshop to achieve one photograph, just takes you a cool 30 seconds. So let's get right into it. Alright, so the Photoshop Camera app can easily just be installed from the App Store for free, and as it says in the app description, you can adjust and edit your images, you can use these fancy AI lenses, change up your skies, you can even take portraits using only one camera. So let's jump right into it. Alright, so when you first open up your screen, you're given this basic camera UI. You can swap your camera easily using the little button in the top right corner. There's three dots in the top middle, which basically allow you to change your aspect ratio, flash, and open up the app settings. So those are actually pretty useful to have them right there. And then right next to that, going in the top left, you have your filter gallery, where you can manage the installed filters you have, just tapping that. And you can easily just scroll through whatever filters you have installed and delete them, but I'm gonna go back. And here's the cool part. So on the bottom next to the shutter button, you see this little icon with 3 stars, and you tap it, and here are all your filter packs. So for example, I have this portrait mode filter pack, which works pretty well considering I'm using the iPhone 8 front camera, which doesn't support portrait mode because it doesn't have 2 cameras generally. But with this app, it uses AI to simulate portrait mode, and it looks almost exactly the same. It's pretty cool. I have this pop art effect. Let's see. Oh, this one's kind of funny looking, in all honesty. And I have this light spectrum effect, which looks really cool. And as you can see, when I move, the actual light spectrum effect moves. So as I said, it's completely adaptive and it's pretty cool. Let's see, the next filter pack I have is this Billie Eilish filter pack, which is kind of cool, but I'm not a huge fan. I just don't think it looks great. But it does a great job with the effects, and it replaces the sky, so it just kind of shows off what the app can do. I also have this pretty cool, I think it's called the Revere photo effect pack, and it looks pretty cool. It kind of, here, let me boost up my exposure a little bit. It makes it look like you're kind of in a different scenery, kind of a fantasy world, and it looks weird, but it's kind of cool. And what makes this app awesome is there's not only just like 7 pre-installed effects. If in the effects panel you scroll all the way to the right, you'll see this little plus button. Tap it, and here you'll get this page, the lens library, and you can install different lenses. So this neon pulse lens looks pretty cool. I'm just gonna download it, and now we can just wait for it to download. And while it downloads, you can always go back, pick another lens. Let's see which one looks nice. How about the studio light lens? Now normally in a studio you have a lot of lighting and it makes your photos look good, but let's see how well this app simulates it. So let's test out the neon pulse, and wow, this looks pretty cool. So I can see currently, a lot of recoloring, it's giving you a lot of overlays and stuff, and wow, this honestly is cool. And as I said, it's adaptive, so right now when I tilt my phone screen, the lens overlays actually shift when my phone shifts. So that's just another cool feature. Now let's look at the studio lighting. Wow, this honestly looks really good. The bokeh is not perfect, which is never perfect with the software bokeh, but the lighting is fantastic. I am very happy with that. Just some insight on how I believe this works. So from my previous knowledge of artificial intelligence, there's this certain type of AI called image segmentation, which basically breaks up your image into multiple layers, a foreground and a background. And I'm pretty sure this is what this app is doing. So as you can see, it works great on people, but when I try it on something else, it doesn't work as great. I mean, this looks cool, but most effects aren't going to be as good. Here, let me just try with some other objects. Here, I'm going to try out with my hand on the portrait effect. And as you can see, it doesn't work that great. And doesn't work that great with flowers either. That's simply because it's better trained. The AI model is better trained to split up the images of people than other objects. So that's just why that occurs. Anyway, so now let's delve into some of the other app features. So I'm just going to take a quick portrait of myself using these neon lighting effects. So I'm just gonna get a good angle, and let's see if there even is a good angle, and take the photo. And here I can just hit this little rectangular box, and here I have my photos taken in the app, and I can tap camera roll, of course give it permission, and it will show me my camera roll pictures. So I'm just gonna go back to this photo I just took. I'm gonna open it up, and to do that I'll just tap on it, and once it opens up I have a couple options. I can either save it or I can tap this PSX button and it'll process the image. So wait a moment. And it'll prompt me to open it up in Photoshop Express. But of course I don't have that downloaded because I don't really like that app. There's also this automatic edit effect, which just kind of improves your image automatically, and it looks pretty cool, but I'm going to make a couple changes. To do that, hit the little adjust button, and I can change my shadows, my highlights, clarity, exposure, saturation, and a whole lot of other effects. And once you're done applying all your effects and you're happy with your image, just hit the done button in the top right corner and it'll take you to the screen. Another cool feature, just tap the effects icon on the bottom. And so you know how I said all these effects are done with AI? Well, basically when you edit your photo, it edits a base photo and then applies the effect on top of it. So you can just change your effects whenever you want after saving the image. So for example, I completely changed my effect and here I can save it just by tapping the little save button on the bottom right corner. It will ask me to choose an aspect ratio. There's a lot of different ones you can choose between, you know, Instagram, freeform, and I'm just gonna save it and my image is saved. Another cool feature. So I can go in the app anytime, open up the camera roll, and I can grab any image. And here, let me grab this photo of my dog. And it wants to automatically fix my image, but I don't really want that, so I'm just gonna manually bump the exposure back up to how I like it. And so you know how I said that these effects are overlays? Well, you can apply them to any photo from your camera roll. So I'm just gonna test out these effects on my dog. They're pretty cool, and they work pretty well on dogs. So I'm just gonna try out this cool light spectrum effect, and see, I have this pretty cool effect right here. And it just works on this photo of my dog from my camera roll. I don't even need to take the photo in the app. And finally, you know how I mentioned how it does a pretty good job at swapping the skies? Well, if you have a photo like this one with gray skies, just open the effects panel and tap on the sky effect, and it will change your sky so that you have a nice blue sky. And there's lots of different options, and honestly, overall, it's pretty cool. So overall, this app is free and it works pretty well. So I highly recommend trying it out. It's a pretty cool app, and the link, as always, is down below in the description. Alright guys, I really do hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to leave a like, comment what your favorite part of the app was, and hit that subscribe button. And I hope to see you in the next video. Have a nice day. Bye.